Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, here we go again. The gaming industry cannot help itself to show exactly where they stand in terms of the psychosis that's affecting the entire industry right now and has been affecting it for many years. You know, what happened with Charlie Kirk, we've talked about this. I live streamed about it. I discussed it in length. But we are going to continue to cover the gaming industry as we always do. These people that are advocating and celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk are the ones that want you to be silent. They're the ones that don't want you to talk about what they're doing. They're the ones that want to be able to do everything that they're doing right now without any pushback whatsoever. And if they had the opportunity, they would turn you into a Charlie Kirk. They would absolutely take every chance they possibly can to turn you into a Charlie Kirk. So now we have another post here that is showcasing exactly how unhinged things are going. So we have Grum saying Sucker Punch Senior Dev celebrates Charlie Kirk's death. Ghost of Yotei is dead to me now. I mean, I feel like Ghost of Yotei probably should have been like whatever at this point, but okay, I guess so. And then tag Sucker Punch Productions. Now, tagging Sucker Punch is not going to do much, and I'll explain in a couple of minutes, but it's really not going to do anything because, quite frankly, these people like this stuff. Sucker Punch has been co-opted a long time ago. And if you look at the post that we're about to show you in a couple of seconds, showing just how many people from Sucker Punch have been liking unhinged political tweets over at Bluesky and celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, I think you'll realize that Sucker Punch has been long gone for a while now. But anyway, so they end up showing this screenshot here from a person called Drew over at Bluesky. Drew, whatever. It says Drew. Imorin, personal account, the good old classic. We love this one, right? Views are mine. Yeah, views are mine. To try to basically give an excuse to be unhinged on social media and not have to rely on telling your company why you're unhinged. But okay, whatever. Anyway, views are mine. Senior staff character, texture, and look developer, and annoying extrovert at Sucker Punch. XILM RNH, profile picture LNA, Polly/ENM, she and her, Seattle. Now, again, all the typical things that you could possibly expect, right? They got pronouns on the bio, all kinds of sexualities, everything under the sun, you know, all kinds of identities imaginable. These are the people that, unfortunately, most of them are advocating for the death of Charlie Kirk. They are celebrating it. They're happy with it. And again, this is not me saying that. This is me just showcasing what they're saying, right? Like what they are actually advocating for and what they're celebrating. Because at the end of the day, all I can do is show you what they're saying. So in any case, she says the following. I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. Now, obviously, these people have a fetish for Luigi. Everybody knows the situation with Luigi. These people have a fetish with him, and they want to now apparently hope that this shooter goes by the name of Mario so that they can do this little stupid Super Mario joke and whatnot. And then they also reposted something from someone called John Walker, who says he died doing what he loved, being a transphobic, racist, bigot, because of course, right, all these big buzzwords, they mean absolutely nothing. And you know what's beautiful? They don't realize that Charlie Kirk was taken out because he was reaching the youth, right? Again, I don't consume Charlie Kirk's content very often. I saw his shorts randomly every now and then because they were pretty much unavoidable, whether on TikTok, especially on TikTok, or even on YouTube. They were kind of unavoidable, so I saw them every now and then while doom scrolling. But aside from that, like his religious views and whatnot, I don't personally agree with. But again, doesn't mean I should want the fucking guy gone from the face of the earth. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, the party that has all these heart emojis in their profile pictures, the parties that always talk about love is love and blah, 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 whatever, they are celebrating the death of someone who they ideologically disagreed with. What was his crime? Speaking different opinions. That was his crime. So with all that being said, Sucker Punch has been completely co-opted because if you look at this picture here, I'm going to show you really quick what exactly is going on. If you look from Legacy Killer HD, he says there's also seemingly a number of game developers liking the post. Absolutely vile. If you open this picture here, you're going to see a whole bunch of developers basically liking the post. Why do we know this? Well, because Bluesky does not private likes like Twitter did. Twitter enabled private likes, but Bluesky does not have that. So you have Lee Cash, who is a senior producer at the Coalition, Vino Father, Bad Runner, Arcane Pyramids, Renowned Coffee Smuggler, Space Elevator Operator. You have TDM, They, Them, AUDHD, JPUS, Sometimes I'm Funny, Kelly Snyder, senior producer over at Sucker Punch, amateur cosplay armorer, D&D picks, they/she, rainbow flag emoji. So now we have a senior producer over at Sucker Punch liking this post. Why am I not surprised? But it gets worse. We got John Wood, who says, I make things. Sometimes they even work. You have a guy called Matt, says, character artist by trade, idiot by birth. Will interact with NSFW accounts. Well, that's good for you, I guess. You also got this person, Taylor Allison Swift's electric rifle. Says, all we are is skin and bones, trained to get along. 31, heart emoji. AUDHD, heart emoji. Queer, heart emoji. Indie gamer, heart emoji. Number one maroon by Taylor Swift stan, heart emoji. Socialist, heart emoji. Free Palestine. All this nonsense, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, these people have more heart emojis than anybody in their profile pictures, and yet they're advocating for the death of someone because they ideologically disagree with them. That's the level that their love goes to. Then you have somebody called Dennis, SFX associate producer over at Bungie, says, I like movies, Legos, and ripping card packs. He, him. So now we got somebody over at Bungie who's an associate producer over there liking these posts. Interesting. SOF says, failed daughter, programming, Himojoshi, magical cat girl, 31, she, her, monogamous, demisexual, lesbian, heart emoji, love, live, heart emoji, love, live. Wow, that's amazing. If only we can actually, believe what we're saying. Heart emoji, Bandori, heart emoji, Precure, heart emoji, Revstar, heart emoji, Umamusu, heart emoji. And then you have Joey, who says, game designer, debatable, programs silly numbers to make games, controllers, and sometimes art. I swear I'm a funny person. Unapologetically bisexual. And then last but not least, from this screenshot, you have Zib, they, them, rainbow flag emoji, white flag emoji, all kinds of weird other emojis. Says from whatever, producer over at Magic the Gathering Arena, previously at Sucker Punch Productions, and Nightshade VN. Sometimes I do art. Okay, queer as fuck, opinions are my own. Okay, so what do we learn from this? We learn that Sucker Punch, as we all have known for a very long time, is completely co-opted. Now, everybody's obviously bringing up Ghost of Yotei. At this point, I never tell people what to buy, right? And I never tell people what to spend their money on. I just don't, right? I try to give you the unapologetic review of whatever I'm playing at the time, whether it's good or bad. I don't talk about its wokeness. There's not a single review that I've ever wrote over on Steam that has ever mentioned politics or wokeness or anything like that. I just keep it about the game, whether it's good, bad, or ugly for whatever reasons, and that is it, right? I don't talk about ugly characters. I don't talk about none of that shit. However, this particular game, I gotta admit, I'm getting pretty close to wanting to call a boycott on because, simply put, the people over at Sucker Punch are just vile people. They really are. And you know what? I'll put it to you like this. I'm not even going to call a boycott. You guys do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not buying this shit. Plain and simple. I'm not buying this game, not even to review this game. I don't care how many people want me to review this game. I am not going to review Ghost of Yotei. Just simply put, I refuse to absolutely do it. And that's my choice. That's fine. I'm just one person. I totally understand that. But I'm not going to fucking review this game like I normally would. And I've reviewed all kinds of games that are problematic because people are looking for genuine, real reviews about those games. And believe it or not, some of the problematic games that people have an issue with, I've actually said good things about, which is so funny. But this particular game, Ghost of Yotei, yeah, that's not going to happen. This Sucker Punch can go fuck themselves, and I absolutely refuse to review this game in any capacity. Don't gift it to me. I'm going to deny it immediately. I don't want it, and I don't care. Now, here's the glorious thing about all of this, right? I don't know if people don't realize this, but this has been a thing for a while with Sucker Punch. And I'm sure that the situation right now with Charlie Kirk has got people very angry right now. And trust me, I know exactly how you feel. But the simple truth is that when it comes to Sucker Punch, they've been like this for a while. These are the people that were celebrating the almost assassination of Donald Trump. So if they celebrated Donald Trump, what makes you think they're not going to celebrate Charlie Kirk? And here's the truth about Charlie Kirk. As much as you may or may not like him, he was the most influential person when it came to the youth by far. He had more influence than any Republican politician combined when it came to talking to the youth. He got down to their level. He spoke to them. He went to where they were. He didn't have them come to him. He went everywhere and spoke to everybody and was just trying to have debate and conversation about ideals. And that's exactly what this country should stand for. So by offing him, you offed exactly what this country stands for. And we already knew that you hated this country to begin with. So these mask off moments that these people are having, yeah, we see you. Don't worry about it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.